Hello and welcome to the Spandex and Wine podcast. I'm your host, Robin Hackney, and I'm so happy that you're here. This podcast is a place for conversations about balancing a healthy lifestyle and being happy, more specifically, happy hour. Together, we'll explore all things wellness and wine. I hope you learn a little, laugh a lot, and along the way, know you're not alone on this balanced wellness journey. Ready to jump in? Pour something in your glass that makes you happy because it's time for Spandex and Wine. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Spandex and Wine podcast. If you ever find yourself in Kansas City driving south on 69 Highway on the Kansas side, I have a must stop for you. So take the Lacine exit and head east. You'll go past the power plant and you'll then discover Daily Objective Distillery on the south side of the road. Dave and I stumbled upon it by accident one day, and we are so glad that we did. And that's who is featured on today's episode. I first sit down with Steve Parks to hear the story behind the distillery. Then we dive into the process. And finally, I chat with Samantha Prothe, who keeps the day-to-day operations and events running smoothly. So let's go inside and check it out. Hey, Steve.
How you
Welcome
doing
to the
today?
Spandex and Wine podcast.
Well, thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that we stumbled upon your distillery. And I want to know like the story behind it. I know that I've heard some of this, but I'm excited for the listeners to hear everything. So share away.
Well, I still wake up every day. Can't believe that this actually came true, that we're sitting here. So funny story is I met the gentleman who owns the ranch about a little over 2.5 years ago through his daughter's wedding. So his daughter, they live out here in Missouri and Kansas. She is married to my neighbor's son in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Are very good friends. So we got invited to the wedding 2.5 years ago, and that's how Mike Christie and I met. And we started talking about distilling because I was distilling rum in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So which is called the Objective Rum. So I created a label for that and got it out to the market a little bit and started taking off. And so when I came out here, when I first met Mike, he had several bottles of my rum sitting on the table that he had been drinking. I guess my neighbor's been bringing him rum for a couple of years.
Oh my gosh.
And he loves it. So we started talking about distilling and the process. And he goes, why don't we open a distillery here?
Yeah.
So that's basically where the conversation started.
Okay.
So then about over a period of 6 months of us talking back and forth, trying to see if I'm going to commit. Because I had a lot of things going on in Arizona. I had an art studio and art gallery. I was doing a public speaking and I was doing contracting and distilling. So
it's a lot.
So we came out here again and visited and just kind of fell in love with this whole place and we started building. And so we got committed and now I'm here about a month to a month and a half. I go home for about 10 or 15 days and I come back.
Okay.
So yeah, we did a lot in a short period of time out here building all this. This is an old farmhouse we're sitting in that was built in the 50s. And we actually added on to it and gutted it and turned it into this venue, which is our tasting room for the Daily Objective Distillery. And we keep adding on. It's like the song, we got 4-car garage and we keep adding on. So that's kind of what it's like here. So now we have an outdoor event space, a venue for concerts, a stage. We're going to have horseback riding this spring.
Cool.
We have wildlife tours and concerts. We have our general manager, Samantha, set up the whole concert venue for us for the spring and summer. So we have live music every weekend.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
And I feel like we stumbled upon it. It was around Christmas time because we were headed down to Amsterdam to McBee's to get the brats.
Everybody loves McBee's.
Yep. And we saw this on the way back and we thought, oh, let's just stop. So I had no idea that it was here. And I feel like it's grown so fast. But you're still, your clientele loves it. We see the same people here. And new people are here every week. And the bands that you have are fantastic.
Great music comes out. Everybody is so talented. Everybody I talk to that comes out that plays, I'm like, you got to come back and play a game. And they do. They're constantly coming back. They say the same thing. They love the atmosphere out here. We have a great clientele and it's growing pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you said that you started with rum.
Mhm.
I thought it was whiskey bourbon, which I don't know the difference between whiskey and bourbon. So maybe we
Well,
can talk about that.
bourbon has a whole different set of rules you have to follow.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
and very important you follow those or you can't call it bourbons.
Oh, all right. Well, interesting. So you started with the rum and tell me the backstory behind that, because why were you doing that? Was that just a hobby?
I got it up. I'm one of those guys who's constantly trying to find something to do that I've never done before, kind of challenge myself.
Mhm.
And so I always wanted to learn how to make moonshine. So all my relatives live in Kentucky, a lot of them. So growing up, I was always drinking moonshine, was always fascinated by it. So I was visiting I guess I shouldn't say his name, but my cousin in Kentucky. And he hooked me up with a still from one of our buddies who's makes moonshine in the hills. So little small homemade 10-gallon still. So I took that back to my house in Arizona, in my backyard in Scottsdale, started making moonshine. And so I kind of perfected that craft over about a period of a year. I just fell in love with it because there's so much that's involved with it. Different yeast strains, different types of sugars, different types of corns. And so I met some people who owned a distillery in Arizona called Wild Bear Distillery. And they took me, we become good friends. And they approached me one day and said, hey, why don't you create something you can do legal and take to market? So I was like, pretty good idea. I was like, what do you suggest? And they said, rum. Rum is on the rise again, coming back. So I'm not a big rum drinker. So I started working with some different types of recipes that I created. Just couldn't find one I liked. And what they are using in all their distilling is blue Weber agave from Jalisco, Mexico. So agave spirits. So it's a sugar base. So I decided to combine blackstrap molasses, which is the main portion of rum, and blue Weber agave. So I combined those two together. The different ratios I tried and worked out, found one that worked and tasted great.
Awesome.
And I loved it. And then I started barreling it. It tasted even better. And then I started adding Madagascar vanilla beans inside the barrel while I aged it. And that's what we got the dark rum. That's what we won the awards for. Cool. And makes a great old fashioned. It makes a great espresso martini. And it's great on the rocks. So that's when I really got the bug about, hey, I think I have a knack for doing some different things. And now that we're out here, we have this bigger production facility, and we've got a 300-gallon still there with a 50-gallon still. We have a building that we just finished built, a continuous still is going in there, which will give us the ability to do 5 to 6 53-gallon barrels a day. Wow. And this spring, this April, we're planting all our own corn on the ranch. So we're going to be from grain to glass right here on the property. I think it's exciting. So my other partner, Mike, we've been working on different recipes for the past couple of months with different varieties of corn. So we're sticking truly to the heirloom corns because they haven't been genetically modified yet. So they're natural state of corn, and they have such a different flavor to each corn. It's unbelievable. So we've just been working with those for the past couple of months and distilling those by themselves and seeing the different flavor profiles. And we created a blend that's what we're going to start producing in the big still. We'll get that, and that's what we're going to barrel and turn into bourbon. So a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I would say. So back up just a little bit, like tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, I retired from the Navy in 2016 after 27 years. So I was 27 years in the Navy. Oh, my pleasure. Best time of my life. And 25 of those years I was in the SEAL teams. And so when I retired, I was at SEAL Team 2 when I retired in 2016. I moved to Scottsdale, Arizona, and married my wife. And had a great time still. So and so that's when I started coming up with all these things. I decided to create art in my garage because I decided to take a whole year off, decide what am I going to do? Because I got some great advice from some older guys on the teams, like, what do you do when you retire? Like, don't do anything for a year. Don't jump into anything. Don't make any big decisions. Just take a year off to decompress. So during that period of year, I just started creating art in my garage in mosaics, glass mosaics. So I ended up having people coming over, see my artwork, and it turned into a business. And then I ended up doing commission work for a lot of different people. And I got so busy, I had to open my own studio in Scottsdale. And so all the artwork you see on the walls here is artwork I created in my studio in Arizona. So, and I'm going to start creating art here probably this spring. We're going to have a little gallery here on the property as well. And I think I might have, I don't know, with everything else that's going on, I think I can make time for that on the weekends. I got to get back into it. It's one of my passions is creating artwork. So.
Yes, well, you do a great job. I'll make sure I share all of that too with you guys. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to go check out everything that you have on the property. I want to go through the artwork. I want to talk to your general manager, Sam. She's got some great things going.
She's doing a fantastic job.
And it's like, who's the mastermind behind all of the events and everything? Would you have to give her credit?
Probably her, yes. Setting all that up. I try to stay out of this portion of it. I like to come in and talk to people, find out a little bit about everybody that comes through here, where they're coming from, how far do they drive to get here, what do they think about it, and I just love talking to people, get some feedback. Because, we are kind of out here a little bit, 4 miles off the main road. But once you get out here, you find, this place is beautiful. I mean, across the street, as you're looking that way, That's also part of the ranch. That's where all the elk come in the evenings and the mornings to feed. So you'll see, you can be sitting here having a cocktail and see 50 to 60 elk or white-tailed deer.
That's so cool.
Right across the street. I mean, massive.
That's so cool.
It's pretty neat.
Oh my God.
I don't know where there's else you can do that here in this area. You know, you can go have a cocktail, listen to live music and see wildlife at the same time.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
We even saw an albino one.
You saw a fallow deer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're white, really white. They stick out.
Okay.
And I think they're an Asian type of deer, and they come in 3 different colors. There's dark ones, and there's light brown with spots, and then there's all white ones. And they change throughout the year on the season when the colors. It's bizarre. They're beautiful.
So wild, huh? Okay, well, we are going to, I think we're going to go over to see how everything works. Does that sound good?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Okay, see you in a bit.
That's my church over there. So we're walking towards the distillery. And if you look over to the right, you can see these 5 massive tanks on the ground. Those are 2,400 gallon fermentation tanks.
Dang.
And that's the new building where the new still is going to be going. You can see
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Massive.
Very cool.
Come on in.
Thank you.
So this is where everything takes place that we make here in the distillery. So this base distillery setup, you have your fermentation tanks, what we call our mash house, our hot liquor tank, and we have our 300 gallon still here. It's pot still, copper pot still. We have a 50 gallon still for smaller batches and stuff like that.
Cool.
Everything is processed right in here. We actually started in the very back. We have our grain lifters at, so you lift up our grains a sack and send our grain all the way up to an auger that comes through here and drops down into that tank. We blend it with hot water. It's called mashing in. So we're cooking all those grains. Cook it, add different enzymes to it, cook it more, process it through the heat exchange, cool it back down so we can add different enzymes to it at different temperatures, different times. Everything's by time and temperature and actually measurement. So it's very important. So when you have a detailed measurement for mash bill, you want to make sure you follow that mash bill to the precise as you can, because you want to create what you've already created and make it consistent. So we can control all that right here.
I could never do that because I can't
it's like
follow a recipe.
It's like baking. You know, if you don't follow a baking recipe, it's not going to come out.
Right.
So then we'll heat it down or cool it down some more to about 90 degrees with pitch our yeast. Get some nutrient in there. Then we send it over to one of these fermentation tanks. And in there, it's going to be different times and days for different things. I mean, usually for our corn, it's about anywhere from 5 to 7 days for fermentation. Some of them will finish out in 4. It just depends on what type of corn you're using. Then we pump it into the 300 gallon still. We'll light up the heat. So everything we use here is steam jacketed. So it gives us an even cooking time. So slowly we raise that heat up to about 172 degrees when we first start getting our vapor coming off of there. Hits that condenser and that vapor turns back into a liquid, and that liquid comes out as your alcohol. So the first collection we take out of there, what we call our 4 shots in our heads. Depending on what size we're running there, what size of mash we're running there, 200 gallons and 300 gallons, it's going to be different how much we get rid of off the beginning. So there's a bunch we get, like anywhere up to 5 gallons we're going to be getting rid of.
Oh.
Before we even start collecting the stuff we need.
Yeah. And you said something cool last time we were here. You said the corn or whatever it is that you don't use, like you feed to the elk?
So it's called the stillage, the waste. So when we're done, because we cook everything on the grain. Some people don't, it depends. Every distillery is different. They'll either cook on the grain or off the grain. We decided to go with cooking on the grain because I think it adds more of the oils and the flavor back to the alcohol. So that's when we're done cooking our run in here. So we still have all that grain and stuff left in here. And all that leftover liquid is there. So we have this thing called a water solid separator. It is badass.
Oh, wow.
So it comes from Italy. What it does, we pump it through there and this thing spins really fast. It separates all the liquid from the grain. All the liquid goes through a drain outside that goes into that field. All the grain goes into a big hopper that we collect, and then we hook a forklift up to it. We take it across the street. We dump it in that field for the elk and the deer to eat. And that's where they know as soon as that stuff is coming out, they're hiding in the tree line waiting for that stuff to dump because they love it. I mean, I'll put a huge pile out there and they'll all be gone the next day.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
That is cool. Nice. This is fantastic. So your other facility that you're building, how will it be similar and how will it be different than this one?
You want to walk over there and see?
Well, sure. Let's do it. Okay. I'll follow you.
Check it out.
Okay.
This is like our laboratory part of the distillery. That's where our boiler's at. We have our own water filtration system back here that is just unbelievable. It goes through a 4 different process. So we clean up the water and to make it what we want it to make it. So that's very important when it comes to distilling, especially when it comes to blending. When you blend your final product, you know, you got stuff that's going to be 150, 160 proof. So you got to add water back to it to get it to where you can put it in the bottle where people can drink it. If you put bad water in there, you're going to have bad alcohol.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure our water is the best.
I feel like important decisions are made right here.
Yeah, this is where all the major decisions are made right here.
Yep.
And usually there's a bunch of empty drinking glasses there. Somebody cleaned it up. Thank you.
Nobody needs to know your business.
So we do a lot of different sampling and we do a lot of different blending here. And we got little barrels over there. We just finished cleaning up and sanding. I did a rum recipe not too long ago. We have it in a tank. So that rum will go into those barrels for aging.
Oh,
and
that's
those
cool.
are used bourbon barrels that we just dumped all the bourbon out of them yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a bourbon barrel aged rum.
Cool.
So we'll sit in it for about 6 months, 5 to 6 months. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we'll be here.
We'll do all our bottling right here as well, all our bottling and labeling. So on a small scale, so I mean we can knock out quite a bit of here. So we just created a gin. I have a gin in that tank, so we did a few gin runs last week with a recipe that we developed. And
Nice.
it's called Petals Gin, like flower petal, and it's named after an elk here on the property that we befriended over the year, and we see her every day.
Oh, cool.
So my wife named the gin after her. So because the first time she saw her, she was eating sunflowers. She had a mouthful of sunflowers. And she got a picture of her.
Oh, I love that.
She got rescued from a barbed wire fence and it's still alive.
Oh gosh, dang.
So you can see we're expanding out here quite a bit, and you can see the size of this building we just left compared to the size of the building we're walking into. So the still that's going to go in here, that will actually be here on the 19th. It's all in ways. So we still got a lot to do before we put it in here. But it's 24 foot tall, 18 inches in diameter. It's called a continuous fill, and it is a workhorse machine. The all automated system. Wow. And as you can see, we're getting everything laid out. Plumbing is really critical inside of a still this size. So you have to know where all your water is going. Your wastewater has got to be treated, and it's got to be flowed back. So we're getting all that laid out now, and all the plumbing will go in next week.
Wow.
It's a big building.
Yeah, it is.
And the bar next door with that roll-up glass storage, that's going to be our first rick house. So right now there's a sawmill in there, and they're moving out this week. And we're going to just start filling that with barrels. So our goal is to do 1,200 to 1,500 barrels a year in our first couple of years of production. So yeah, we have the acreage to grow the corn. So we're going to be growing a lot.
You guys don't mess around.
No,
I mean, you're getting some stuff done. That's awesome. Okay, well, thanks for taking us on that tour, and we're going to meet Sam inside, and she's going to give us more information.
Well, enjoy.
Too.
Yeah.
Okay, back inside with Samantha Prothe. She, you already heard, is the mastermind behind all of the events and the community. So Sam, give me a little bit more information about your background, because I have seen all of the stuff you put on social media. I have seen the events that you're doing, and it is fantastic. You're doing a fabulous job.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Honestly, a little bit of background myself is I have been in this industry for about 10 years. Steve's partner, Whiskey Mike, was actually someone that I worked for. It was actually kind of my first service industry position, and really enjoyed it and just kind of stuck with it as like my fun job for this whole time. And then I actually worked for a community bank for the past couple of years, and whenever Whiskey Mike got involved with Steve and Mike and everything, he was just like, oh, I'm trying to get the band back together and all that stuff, and would you be interested? And so I came out here and checked it out and realized what a great fit it would be, and so that's kind of how we kicked off our gig together here. So
awesome. Well, I love it. Like I said, I just think you're doing a fabulous job. And I had mentioned that you have so many fun things on the calendar. So give us a little, I know some things are set in stone, and then you're working on some other things like developing the land, the concerts, all of that. So give us a sneak peek of everything.
So honestly, we only got to have a little bit of a sneak peek of the summertime live music out on the
That's
patio
right.
and everything, because we did open September 25th.
Okay.
So it was a really nice kind of head into fall and everything. So we still got to have like a month and a half of live music on the stage, which hopefully you'll get some footage of that because it's just gorgeous out there. So we basically have about 12 concert series. So kicking off on April 25th, we have Logan Mize. He's a local Kansan country music star. He did a lot of stuff in Nashville in the past decade. And so we're kind of just kicking off with that. And then we'll have a little bit of festivals here and there, basically here throughout September. And we're just kind of looking at different stuff. Like I think we might have a comedy special out here sometime, maybe a magician.
Yeah.
I'm very looking forward to the comedy specials because I think that's huge right now, stand up and all that stuff. So we're just kind of looking to be diverse with everything. And as we said earlier, we're definitely putting in some pickleball courts, and we've had some discussions with customers about volleyball as well, which would be really fun. I would prefer that because I've never even played pickleball, but you never know.
Well, I'm going to push the cornhole.
Yes, that is one thing that we also talked about. We're definitely going to do on Thursday nights to have cornhole tournaments and leagues, which I did see on your guys' social media that you do that a lot.
Yes.
So that's really fun, which I'm super competitive too. I have my own cornhole boards as well, so I totally get that. But just competitive in general. So it's nice to see that out here and give the community something to do, since this is a small community and it's a really tight-knit community, but it's something that I think this type of place was really needed out here, just to give people a place to connect and enjoy their time. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. In fact, that's one of the first things that Dave and I were talking about the first night that we were here. We were like, well, of course we stumbled in like 5 minutes before you even opened.
I do remember.
And so we're like, well, who comes here? And then we're like, probably a lot of people because there's nothing out here. Yes. And even coming from the city, it's not that far. It is not that far. You get on 69 highway, you hop off, like Steve had said, it's only 4 miles off the highway. So, I mean, I think the location it's good. It's fun. It's great for the community. I wanted to ask you about the pickleball courts. I know you said that you're going to break ground this week or tomorrow, I think you said. How many courts?
So yes, weather permitting, they are breaking ground this week. So it's been kind of a rainy bit, but hopefully this week we'll get it going. We have 3 courts going in, so I think that's enough for a little bit of a not tournament but league. So I think that the league will start around April. So we're gonna have a huge April with the concerts starting off and the pickleball courts going in and everything, and then we'll also do the cornhole league as well on Thursdays. So
all right, awesome. Can't wait. Thursdays. Okay, so I want to switch just a little bit and talk about your cocktails. Okay. So number one, what's your favorite? Like, what is the go-to that someone has to try when they come?
Oh my gosh, it's actually kind of funny because I've switched that a little bit. So whenever I first started, I was a really big fan of the Manhattan. And it's also definitely my dad's favorite, and it's still his favorite to this day. He always gets a couple of them when he comes in here. But I've kind of switched to our old fashioned because it is a staple, as you have one right now. So definitely a staple. It is a traditional old fashioned, so it is with simple syrup. We do not muddle anything. So a lot of, and there's so many different variations, and we have people come in here all the time and say how clean and smooth and just the perfect amount of sweetness to it. So it really is, definitely a staple. And then, so that is definitely one of my favorites. And then honestly, I think that my current favorite is the Brown Derby. So it's actually our bourbon with honey simple and grapefruit juice, which is sounds a little strange, but it's actually like very, very good, very refreshing. It's not a huge favorite here, but once people find it, then they love it. Yeah. So that's kind of a hidden gem. And I will say that as we talked about the Petals Gin that's coming out, hopefully April 1st. It's very soon. So that's the tentative date. So, but as soon as we are able to serve our gin here, definitely a favorite. It's going to be the gimlet. I love a good gimlet. That's exciting. Yes, my favorite gimlet is actually a cucumber gimlet. So you can just muddle cucumbers in there. Nice. So super refreshing. Definitely a good summertime drink. So
Ah,
it's hard to pick a favorite. You know,
I
there's
know,
so many
I know.
good staples.
Yes. So your vodka. Tell me about a couple of the drinks that you make with your vodka.
Yes, you know, vodka is definitely a very popular one when you're trying to just have a drink and not know that you're having a drink.
Yeah.
So, I would say our most popular vodka drink is the lavender lemonade. I've had so many people ask me, is there any alcohol in this? And the answer is yes, and they will sneak up on you if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So, which is a good thing. And that's the good thing about our vodka is that we made it with a profile that's really, you know, good with everything. I mean, another favorite is the Bloody Marys. So we do.
We haven't had your Bloody Mary yet.
You'll definitely have to try that on a Saturday at 1 p.m. You know, so that's another good favorite. And the really cool thing about our vodka is that we actually won a double gold award for our taste testing competition for the 2025 John Barleycorn Awards. So, yes,
all right,
so, award-winning spirits, and our bourbon also won a gold award for that too. So,
I'm so glad you mentioned that because I know Steve had mentioned that you had some award-winning spirits. So that's fantastic. Okay, now tell me about your rum. What all do you make with your rum?
So our rum, we have a couple of different things. Definitely the most popular is the espresso martini. A lot of people make their espresso martinis with vodka, but I actually prefer it with the rum. So we have a dark rum that's made with vanilla beans, and then we have the barrel-aged rum, which is once it was made, it was actually aged for 3 months in an already used whiskey barrel. So it's got a little spice to it, but we actually use the dark rum in our espresso martini, and it just gives it more depth, I think. You can also get the espresso martini in with vodka too, so that's another good vodka one. But it's just a preference and
different. So I don't know which one I tried then. I think I've tried the espresso. So
I think if you had the espresso martini and you didn't specify, you got it with rum because that's that's how it is on the menu. So
okay, awesome. Okay, and I remember Steve saying something about the rum and like he gives back to.
Yeah, so each bottle sale, he gives back $5 to the Future Seal Foundation, and then a portion of every bottle is actually donated to the Future Foundation as well.
Okay,
so, yeah,
that's fantastic.
We love our veterans around here.
Yes, that's wonderful. Before I forget, how can the listeners find you? Like, what are the social media handles, website, all of that?
Oh, yeah. So actually, if you go on to dailyobjectivedistillery.com, we just got our website up and running. So it's got everything.
Good.
It's got all the live events coming up. It's got the food trucks out here, since we have a rotating food truck list going on every time we're open. It's got all of our summertime events and basically everything that's coming up, like Steve said, all the the horseback riding and basically just everything that we've got going on, because there's a lot.
So you can make like reservations for that type of thing. You can buy tickets on the website.
Yes, so we will have tickets for our upcoming concert, Logan Mice, coming up on April 25th. So there's that, and then you can find us basically anywhere on social media. We have presence on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even X. I wanted to call it Twitter, but I guess it's X now.
I know. So is it Daily Objective? Is that your handle and your website?
They're all Daily Objective Distillery.
Yep. Daily Objective Distillery. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's okay. I like that you shortened it though. So DOD. That's easy to remember. Yeah. So what haven't we talked about that you would want the listeners to know? Is there anything that you can think of?
Honestly, just how fast we're growing, and everything that we're looking forward to, because not only are we working on a gin, but I think I've got them talked into doing an agave spirit, which is technically a tequila, because I really want some margaritas on the patio. So I think that'll be really good. And then just looking forward to the summertime, because a lot of people have come here and their first time here was during the wintertime, and they're like, I cannot wait to experience this place in the patio with the garage doors open and all the greenery and just everything that the summer brings, because this place is such a summertime place. So we're very much so looking forward to some warm weather.
Every time Dave and I are here, we're like, I can't wait for these doors to be open. I can't wait to hear the band out there. And, I'll do some video around here too to share with the listeners, because you kind of have to just see everything. All of the wood on the walls, like Steve mentioned, is from the property. It's just a really, really cool atmosphere and place. I did have one question for you. When you're making the old fashioned, you have the option of having it smoked. So when someone says pecan or hickory or oak, is that why you ask? Because you put that type of smoke in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So originally, whenever I had that idea, it was just, you can buy it from various different places. But then we were talking to Sterling Timber, our partners out here, because they have the still out there. And they said, we can actually get you some of our own wood chippings and everything. Awesome. So as of right now, all the wood chips that we use to smoke them are off the property as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Steve did share a lot of the expansion that you're doing. One of the things that we have talked about in the past is that you have you're going to have cabins, you're going to have a venue for weddings.
Yes.
How soon will that be rolling out?
So it's pretty tentative, just because we've got so many things going on right now with a lot of construction at the still and the production distillery and the pickleball courts. But we do have 2 weddings already on the books for September.
Okay.
So that's pretty exciting.
That is very exciting
to see that come to fruition. And then we do have some cabins coming up. They are built. We're just trying to find, logistics and all that stuff. So we're definitely excited to share that with the public as soon as it's available.
Okay. All right. Well, Samantha, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. I'll thank Steve again when I see him. You guys have to come out and check it out. I will put all the info in the show notes so you can get all of that. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening. If you're enjoying this podcast, be sure to follow Spandex and Wine so you don't miss an episode. To do this, just go to the podcast and click subscribe or follow wherever you are listening. Look for the plus sign or follow button. This is one of the best things that you can do for the podcast. If you'd also be willing to give a 5-star review, that would be amazing and much appreciated. Lastly, please share an episode with a friend or 5 to keep the love going, and join this band